The Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, episode 12 of The Challenge, War of the Worlds 2 recap. Fantasy scoring, we got it all for you. And if you want to get into a draw for 20 DK bucks, some of the easiest 20 DK bucks that you can get into a draw for all week on the Pat Mayo Experience. I mean, out of the 9 shows, this is probably the easiest draw to win, to be perfectly honest with you. So smash the like button for the episode always and share the stuff around. That goes a long way into helping the show. Leave your DraftKings handle in the comments section and tell me, if it wasn't Tori who beat Jenny in the hall brawl, what other girl currently remaining in the house had the best chance of beating Jenny? I think the answer is probably Cam, but hey, maybe you have different ideas on this one. The other way to get into the draw is please review the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast, the lifeblood, the currency of the show. We're number 1 in Czech Republic right now, number 1 in Denmark. See if we can bring that overseas. Maybe we'll start with Canada first, then go to the US, but either way, rate, review, subscribe, 5-star review, DraftKings handle, something you like about the show. Boom, you'll be in the draw for 20 DK bucks. Paul Shaughnessy is here.
I punched the microphone during your intro.
Why?
I was putting my coffee to the side, and then when my hand came back, there's going to be like a boom.
I was looking at the camera. I thought you meant...
That was like 5 seconds in.
I thought you were like shadow boxing, being like, yeah!
I was getting all fired up. I was just so mad because I have no players left on my fantasy
Yeah, you have 0.
team.
You're done with players.
Good game, everyone. Good game.
Good season for you.
I mean, yeah.
You picked with
a guy who used to be called the Mel Kiper of fantasy
reality TV.
Reality TV. So you have Rob, who's currently leading. We have
Stephanie,
who is was on the show before. She's like in like the top 5, and you're like top 10 as well.
I'm in the top 10. I actually haven't looked at.
I think you're in like 7th.
I know I have 5. The only person I don't have on my team is Bear, but I hate my team.
Yeah,
I have Polly and Kara on my team, and I hate it to know. Like it makes me
at least you have.
It makes me not want to root.
I know. That's what happened to me last year.
Sucks.
I knew I should have I got in a little bit early on the Kara and Polly train there, but I should have re-rostered them this year. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it because I hated myself for cheering for them last year. And now we're seeing this year.
As someone who has them on their team, like I'm not going to lie to you, they're not fun to root for.
No, it's awful. You're rooting for the bad side.
Yeah. Although maybe some people think it's the good side. I don't know.
Nobody does. That was last week's giveaway in the comment section.
Was anyone team Cara
Nobody.
Maria?
Not a soul. Everybody was fully out on Cara Maria.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I imagine this episode didn't help her case either.
No, it was really strange. But so the fantasy scoring, let's get that out of the way first. Thanks to Rob for doing the scoring. Nani, the number 1 competitor of the week, 126 fantasy points. Leroy and Cam tied for second, 121. D 71, Tori 61, Jordan 55, Kara 50, CT 37, Rogan 34, Jenny 26. I suppose we should start with the elimination. That was the
Tori season.
That was amazing.
Myles Garrett really stole Tori's thunder because that was the biggest assault on TV until last night.
Wow.
Hot take.
I
really stole her thunder.
We talked about this. If those two went in, did Tori have a chance? And I said she had a chance, but I didn't think she was going to like annihilate Jenny. Like that kind of I attribute it to one is American and knows about football, and the other one grew up in Britain and plays soccer.
Yeah.
That was a pure, I'm a running back, I'm going to put my head down and just run through you move.
I mean, she probably should have got 15 yards for the targeting with the head. Like she full out projectile.
Do what you got to do.
Right to your chest. Hey, there are no penalties, and only for quitters because TJ hates quitters.
He hated CT this episode.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to that. I don't know what to say. That was an absolute wrecking crew. Like she absolutely annihilated. We used to do this back when I played high school football back in the day. We did the Tunnel of Love, and that's basically the whole brawl. But it's
the Oklahoma drill.
But your wall of people it's a wall of people rather than a tunnel. And it was
gets a bit violent.
Some of my glory days, grade 11, picking on Niners.
That's
maybe I had a Tory versus that type of situation. It was never televised. There's no proof of it. It's just me, talking about the good old days here on the show. But that's it.
I like the pan over to like Ashley and Kara and Cam afterwards. They were it was like the scene in The Producers after they watched Springtime for Hitler. It's just like,
oh God,
it was fantastic.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the game's still completely right in their grasp. Like, they still
have the numbers.
They still have the numbers.
Just like last week, Jordan eliminates Theo, so that alliance just loses a member. It doesn't gain anything. And this week, Tori eliminates Jenny. What was the UK thinking?
I mean, every single episode we come in here and say,
but this one,
what were they thinking? They're not thinking
this was
about
the
anything.
most egregious of them all. So it leads me to believe that this was the plan all along. Because whatever plan that they had concocted to throw D in just was never going to happen. Why would the U.S. go along with that plan? That makes no sense.
Like, well, Rogan just wants to ditch his girlfriend. He's probably getting sick of her. Maybe she's getting a little too clingy.
She does seem a bit clingy.
Yeah.
But like even like the after.
But it was. There's so many questions that I have. Like, I think I know like the climax of the episode is Tori running train on Jenny, but the real question of this episode is like, what? I was watching Rogan going like, what is going on here? Oh, I really still love her. He's like, well, clearly you don't. You're trying to kick your girlfriend, at least on the show, off of the show. Like, it's pretty clear. And he's like, he didn't want to he's kind of a coward. Now I can see why he's friends with Joss.
Yeah.
Remember when I said it was on Rogan? Back out on Rogan, and I think I was right all along.
No, I'm going to spin it the other way. I do like the cold-heartedness of him finally realizing that they need to cut the dead weight from their team. But why D? Why not Kaylee? I guess you can't say Kaylee because she's friends with the other side, but like that's
her and Cam.
That's a side you need to get rid of there.
She's the connection to Cam. Cam is the connection to Kara and Ashley, though.
I'm telling you, Cam's running this entire thing. The way that she's got Leroy on the go is not great for Leroy. Bad look for the whole Leroy.
What's he supposed to do?
They were like when he was talking to Jordan and Zach and them, and even his best friend Josh, who's best friends with everybody. That's just who he is. Best friends.
Mm-hmm. Friends.
Big friends with everybody. That if he had just stayed with them, they would have the numbers.
It's true.
So I don't get why he didn't do that. If he was like with Nani anyway.
Love will make a man do crazy things.
Yeah, so good episode for Nani. It was like a very classic Nani type episode.
She's just real salty with everyone.
Just being a bitch to everyone. Just being mad. I loved it.
I like her shutting you. Shut up, Kara. You're corny. Just like, boom.
And Kara not going to the engagement thing?
The only person who didn't go to it?
That's just a real bad look.
And this kind of, her not going to that kind of illuminates what we were talking about last week. Is that everybody else seems to be able to separate the game from like real life. Paulie doesn't hate Jordan or all of these other people in real life. Kara takes whatever happens on the show and like, it is her life.
Yeah.
And I guess Laurel was even saying it when she was on the season that like Kara needs some time away from this because like this show is just eating away at her. Like she's just a negative person in this state. So
yeah,
she's going to be off next season. Thanks to Rob for finding the season. And I'm sure Rob will probably have the season 36 spoilers in like, or I didn't mean to say the S word. I'm sure he'll have the season 36 cast in a couple weeks too.
Yeah, before season 35 is over. Yeah, he'll have the new cast.
She should have a couple seasons off, man, because like she is jaded by the challenge.
Sure, but it's like it's weird this season. I've enjoyed watching it, but last season was so good that it's really failing to compare. I think at least like this cast we've kind of said it multiple times. They got rid of all the interesting people really early, and like this cast isn't all that great.
No, it's awful.
And all the people that like you would like from this cast aren't doing anything.
No.
I want to see Smashley just freak out. I want to see it. Why isn't she hooking up with anyone?
She hasn't been drinking, I don't think.
That's what I mean. Like, come on.
She really hasn't. I mean, there's at this point, who's she gonna even hook up with?
Zach?
Zach's not gonna hook up.
That's great drama.
He's in love.
Yeah, well, he's with Jenna, but I mean, I don't think that's gonna stop Ashley.
He's not gonna do. Zach wouldn't do it. I don't think at this point.
So
I guess he has a bit of a history of it, but like I think he's past that at this point.
So I kind of tuned out for a bit. I've been looking at my phone and just stopped paying attention. What was the fallout with the D Rogan stuff?
It was so weird because
like I found it so disinteresting that I was like, ugh.
It was funny how they went to the proving ground, and it's just like, all right, it seems like all the ducks were supposed to be lined up in a row for them just to put D in. They even told her that they're gonna put D in, and then Jenny's in. And it's like they didn't dramatize anything. Nobody was shocked. It was just like what happened is Ashley shows up. I think that's really what happens. Ashley got talked to Kara. We're just like, we're not throwing in D.
Yeah.
Like after she consoled her, she's just like, screw this. We'll get rid of Jenny because they were probably scared of her. Maybe, and Jenny obviously after that performance, probably pretty overrated.
Do we know that though, or is Tori just really good?
I mean,
like, it's hard to say that Jenny's overrated if she loses to the best person there.
Wrecked,
She sucks in that one thing, but she can still be a good competitor.
Yeah, sure.
Like if Tori goes
busted prospect though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like as the giveaway, who else are you throwing in there against Jenny that beats her in that besides Tori? Like is D gonna beat her? No.
Ninja may just climb up the walls.
Yeah,
and over top of
Ninja
her.
can just jump over or something like that.
Yeah,
but I think the other girls are just too small. Like
most of the girls that are left suck. Is what's going on here.
They're all like pretty good, the US ones. Because like Ninja, Kara, and Ashley are all like kind of good. They're not great.
Kara may even beat.
I can't for the life of me figure out if she's good or not anymore.
No. She could, I don't know, maybe she beats her. She's pretty strong.
Who?
Kara.
Kara is also like 5'2", it looks like. Tori at least had like this, it was the same height.
Jenny all fluff muscle though.
Is she though?
I think so. I think that proved that.
Or have you underrated how strong Tori is?
I think it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
I wouldn't be willing to throw in the towel. Like Jenny's on next season, as Rob told us. I can see her making my roster, especially if it's like an individual game. She could win some missions for the ladies' side. I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't really have much from this episode. It wasn't great.
Rogan.
Oh yeah, Rogan. I like that he tried. I liked it.
All of his confessionals, you're like, what are you even talking about, man? You're throwing your girlfriend in. I love her, so it's so hard.
Yeah, but he wants to win.
What a phony. You're throwing in your girlfriend. You want to get rid of your girlfriend. Everyone knows what's going on. You don't have to fluff it up like, oh, this really pains me. No, you're sick of her. You want her to go home. Say that to the TV, you coward.
Yeah.
That's really what I was like. What are you talking about? Oh, I love her. It's just
he's trying to save face.
If you loved her, you try to protect her. You try to keep her in the game.
Yeah, but maybe
what a coward!
It's two separate things.
Tell me what you're actually thinking to the screen. You know what, CT? No, we didn't talk about CT either. Throwing it, just like at least CT kind of came back. It's like, yeah, I threw it. Whatever. And he didn't give him any reason. He doesn't have to give him any reason. It's because he had to prove that he had the side. Like he had to basically put himself out there, embarrass himself, get a target put on his back so that those numbers would save him, at least for now. That's basically what I kind of took away from it.
But the one thing I don't understand about this entire CT thing is that he's still screwed. Either way.
Yeah.
Because they're going to vote in Jordan.
Now nobody trusts him. Even the other side doesn't trust him.
But whether he did this or didn't do this, you have Jordan, who's definitely getting voted in for the guys on the UK team if they lose. That's who the team will vote in. And then the other side's just going to pick CT. If Joss and Rogan are a part of their alliance, CT is the only other person, unless they throw in like Josh. I guess that's the out that you have for the US team.
This D situation could have massive fallout for Rogan, though.
You think so?
Yeah. Because we don't know the conversations that happened. And that's what I thought was really weird. We see D being consoled by Ashley. We know Ashley and Kara are seemingly in it for the long run.
And Ninja, who's her best friend.
And then obviously Kara, Pauly seems to have control, and that's where the Rogan and Joss connection comes in. But at some point, they're going to have to, like, is Rogan one of the weaker competitors left?
Yeah.
Probably.
Like, if you were in a final and you were Team US, would you rather have Rogan left or would you rather have CT left? I'd probably want to have Rogan left.
I'd probably want to...
Even if CT is, like, wildly out of shape, I still think I would...
I think I'd want CT.
At least
just experience.
No, I mean, if you're the US side.
Yeah.
Like, you would want Rogan.
Oh, yeah, you want Rogan to be
so
there rather than
you're not
CT,
going to throw him in. You'd throw CT in.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. CT's won these things before. I know he's not the male Adonis that he was back in the good old days, but like the guy's still, he's not gonna quit on himself. Like he's just gonna keep fighting through.
True, and both of his wins have come like post being the most jack guy on the show.
Yeah,
like this is a role that he's kind of good at here. He can kind of pace himself a little bit. He doesn't freak out in finals anymore.
I think that failed removal of his girlfriend
He's going to come back.
Could flip that alliance on him, and he becomes the expendable piece. But we'll see.
So
we'll see how tight Paulie, Joss, and Rogan's real deal really is.
But Joss is going to be with Rogan either way, and
Well,
that means Kaylee's going to be with Joss and Rogan either way. So that's 3 votes.
I wouldn't trust Kaylee.
Yeah, she seems to be with Joss.
Yeah, but
he even sided with her. So there's 3 votes that way.
He's just her little puppy dog.
So that puts those 3. Then you have Tori, Jordan, and D. Let's say she flops. There are 3 votes. So then you have CT, and who am I missing here? There's another girl on that team. Maybe there's not. No, then now there's not. So CT is the ultimate swing vote here.
Yeah.
If D ends up flipping sides.
He's been the flopper the whole game, so.
But now he can jump on the other side if he really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would rather be on the side that had Jordan and Tori if I'm going to the finals.
Yeah, especially after watching them just like running train on all of the people that they're trying to put in there. Like they seem like they're stronger than the Polycara, who have not had to prove anything this season.
At all. So you watch the next episode on.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a double purge coming.
And it looks like swimming is involved.
Yeah, so it looks like it's
Good news for Leroy or D.
Yeah, Leroy, D.
Cam.
Was Cam a good swimmer?
No, she Rob actually posted the time trials in our little group chat there, and Cam was one of the worst.
So
Esther was like leaps and bounds the worst.
worst.
Idris was pretty bad, but it was like Kaylee, Cam.
Well,
they weren't great.
So here's the thing now. So there's 7 people left on Team UK, and I think there's 9 left on Team USA. Does that mean someone has to pair like a crossover? Like, how does that work?
I have no idea how it's going to work.
Like, can you pick anyone you want, kind of thing?
It would be the great drama is you give like the girl's choice, and then Cam gets to choose her,
Picks like Jordan,
and doesn't pick Leroy.
You wouldn't pick Leroy.
You wouldn't pick Leroy,
Yeah.
right? But it would also, you wouldn't want to pick him. But if it's like, he's your ride or die. Well, apparently.
So
not so much when water's involved.
If you have to pick it up from the UK team, it does look like, I guess, Jordan and Tori would be a team. I assume they win.
Yeah.
That's a good team.
Yeah.
Then you have Joss and Kaylee and D and Rogan. Like, they might have to be together on this.
Ew.
Or it's D and CT.
I
But,
see,
like,
that's with the whole trying to get rid of D. Like, I have no idea where we're gonna find out where everybody else stands with regards to Rogan and D. Where do the numbers do the numbers support which side at this point?
Well, and on the US side, it's even more complicated because then like Nani probably gets Josh because one of the good girls will go with Zach, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be Ninja. Probably be like Ashley and Zach.
Ninja was a bad swimmer too in that competition,
as Zach noted multiple times.
Yeah, he
So
thought she threw it.
Yeah, I would think that Zach and Ashley end up becoming a team. Polly and Kara are a team.
How many good swimmers left?
No.
It makes it very interesting going into this purge. Just like, well, who's the worst of the worst?
Well, the best swimmer left is Jordan, probably.
Yeah, of course. Like, I'm not. If it's a swimming, I have absolutely zero concerns about Jordan or Tori unless they're matched with like Leroy and whatever, one of those British girls who are.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I have no idea. Well, Rogan was a good swimmer in that time trial, so
he beat Turbo, I think, by like a little bit.
Yeah.
So he was decent enough.
And when
he was good for a Brit, the Brits' times were like
well,
very
the Brits
bad.
are bad at everything.
They're surrounded by water. Why can't they swim?
And they remember that other challenge where they had the person in the catapult, and you had to catapult someone. They had to go and swim out, grab the thing, and swim it back. Jordan did it for the U.S. team. Joss was the one who was going to do it for the UK team. They couldn't figure out their puzzle, so he never got a chance to do it. So I assume he's a good swimmer, or at least they think he's a good swimmer.
I think he's the best British swimmer.
All right, so he should be fine.
Yeah.
But this could be, if it is a double purge, like we did see Kara and Polly fighting, and Polly yelling at Kara for not being good at swimming. I doubt they're the ones who go, though. I don't think they would show that in a teaser for the next episode if they were actually the ones to go.
Yeah. Maybe it gets dicey because she
they're like
struggles.
second to last or something
Yeah.
like that.
I don't think they'll go home for that, though.
Oh,
I'd be pretty surprised. I'm interested to see how they do the draft process because that's tough.
Yeah, so next time around, it's a double elim for whoever.
It's like a purge, and then there's going to probably
purge.
be an elimination after that.
So then it's a guy's elimination.
They'll probably have a cliffhanger. There's a cliffhanger coming.
We must be getting close to the final.
Like if they do a purge, they already get rid of somebody in the episode. Next episode will be like a cliffhanger.
So this is episode 12. Episode 13 is next because I know my numbers. There's only 15 episodes in the season. So I assume next episode is
There's only 15 episodes in
Yeah.
the season?
So I think that
People are going to start dropping like flies. There's still like over 10 people in this house.
yeah, but that in team events that's not surprising. Like sometimes it's like 9 versus 3 in the final.
Yeah.
So I guess with a purge you knock out 2. If there's elimination you knock out another
I mean,
one.
the purge kind of throws all of these alliances up
Yeah.
a massive curve, right? Because if you lose 2 from that numbers side, boom, all of a sudden, Tori, that alliance seemingly has a massive swim advantage from what I see.
So yeah,
Think about all the people on that one, on Jordan, Tori, whatever's side, and think about all of the bad swimmers. We just listed them. We had Ninja, Cam, Kaylee.
Ashley's a good swimmer.
Ashley is a good swimmer.
And so is Zach. And
Mhm.
Josh was like surprisingly all right in
Mhm.
that time trial. But all the good swimmers are on like the Jordan Tori Alliance side.
And Josh is with the Tori
Alliance,
Yeah.
yeah. But on the UK team in general, like the best thing that could happen for them is if like Rogan and Kaylee were a team and they were the 2 who got purged. All of a sudden your team is stacked. Going
sub D.
whatever. Like you're gonna have a bad person on your team.
Yeah.
But if it's like 5 of them and D's your worst person, then that's doable at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Against 2 of the US has left. They just have a whole bunch of people.
It'll be interesting to see how they draw it because there's some really bad swimmers, and it's gonna end up being like who's like the worst though, because like some of these, like there's gonna be some real bad times I think put up.
Well,
Like there's bad swimmers left.
Well, who's left for the? Is it 9 people who are left for the US?
Like, if you're on TV, I shouldn't be a better swimmer than you.
I don't know about that. This is reality TV.
Fair,
It's not the Olympic time trials.
fair enough.
So you have Zach, Josh, Leroy. Those are the only and Polly. Then you have Ninja, Kara, Ashley, Nani. I'm missing one person.
Josh, I don't know.
One girl from team
I can't read upside down.
Ninja, Ashley, Kara, Cam is the other one. So there is 9. Are we going to get a thing like we've seen the past few where they're going to draw out someone to sit out and that way you can't be purged? Because they would draw like one girl to sit out from the American side. And they would draw.
Kara already pointed out, Nani never has to go.
Yeah, Nani Lux.
Nani doesn't have to go.
God, Kara's just like infuriating
Just
to
the
watch
worst,
right
yeah.
now. Like just the worst.
It's funny for all like as mad as Nani has been this season, everything has kind of broken her way.
Yeah.
For all of her friends going home.
She got protected this week.
Yeah.
And she was still mad about that because Leroy wouldn't jump on her side.
Is there a rule you can't be in 2 tribunals in a row or you can't be like the speaker 2 times in a row?
I'm not sure.
Because I assume that's why like Kara and Polly and them weren't in the tribunal.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they would just, at this point, because they have the numbers, they would just be in the tribunal
every
every
time.
single
Yeah.
time.
So I think that is a rule.
Yeah, it must be.
So yeah, you'll get one guy sitting out from, or unless they put those 2 people together, like whoever the even odd, that would be interesting. It was like Kara and
Who
Rogan.
did Nani throw her vote at again?
Kaylee.
Yeah. Burn.
Whatever. The only person who...
See, I guess you couldn't have put in Jenny. D was the actual spot. Like, if they could have all got on the same page, all voted in D.
Yeah, but why would the U.S. want to vote in D?
They didn't show us that conversation. And
But
whatever happened after Ashley hugged D, very vital to what happened when they voted in Jenny. We didn't see any of that. They came back from commercial, and it was just like all of a sudden, Jenny's in. When we were just building up D getting thrown out.
But that's exactly the scenario.
None of the girls ever agreed to it. Paulie was like, okay, I'm on board. Like,
Yeah.
D sucks. She can go.
Yeah, but no, Paulie agrees to it. He says he's not even in the tribunal.
Yeah.
And then doesn't tell anyone about it.
Yeah.
Like, It was very clear that they were going to vote in Jenny from the beginning.
I mean,
anyway.
they should have blindsided. If they blindsided, she just goes out. It's because Leroy wouldn't do it.
No, but
I understand Leroy's just like, why do I get the blood on my hands? Like, it's you want to get rid of your girlfriend. Like, Rogan's an absolute jabroni.
But again, I still don't understand what the point of the U.S. throwing D in would be. I just don't get it. Why wouldn't you vote in Jenny?
Yeah, I agree. I 100%.
So that was always the play.
I 100% agree. And it was funny, like, how those three guys sitting together, like, okay, yeah, I think we can figure this out. And the girls are like, let's try to get rid of Jenny or Tori. That seems like the move for us.
My wife called it after like 10 minutes in the episode. She's like, Jenny's going home. I was like, why do you think Jenny's going home? She's like, oh, she's spoken like 3 times in this episode. Like, that's by far the most all season she's done.
Sharp.
I was like, you've been watching a lot of this.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't even occur to me. Usually I'm on top of who's getting like weird confessionals for this episode.
I mean, it looked like their little stupid plan was actually going to play out.
It was a terrible plan.
Like, they talked to Cam. Then they had them on board. They just wouldn't, they didn't want to do it with blood on their hands. They wanted to let them know. And then in the process of telling them, everything got flipped and we didn't get to see it. Hopefully they show us what actually happened. Like, on next episode, they show us
We're not going to get that.
What happened.
There's not enough time left to show us what happened. You got to get people out of the game.
It was a weird edit, right? Something happened. Don't you think?
No.
Weren't you puzzled by that?
No, because I don't think that the vote in D thing was ever an actual possibility. I don't think the U.S. was ever going to do it because it made no sense.
Then why did they have this sit down? Like,
Paulie
I feel like
they needed a drama quotient for the episode. They're like, hey, do this.
Yeah, let's just.
That's why I wouldn't be stunned if Rogan was back with D next episode.
Oh my, no, that's not happening.
But she loves him.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Get a couple drinks in her.
Yeah.
I love how they always go to that one, like, they're clearly just renting out part of a bar.
They probably built that place. That's like, it's probably attached to the house.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you're right, actually. That's a good point. It's probably like, yeah.
It's a set.
It's 100% a set. Because
it's well lit.
You never see anything except for the street side, right? You don't see what's on the other side of the cameras. Cameras are always shooting out towards the streets or whatever. Like,
the only
either A, they built something like that. B, they own, like, MTV just owns like a bar over in like Thailand, which totally makes sense too. I mean, and they just go there after night, shut it down, right?
Yeah, you also have the crew to entertain the entire time.
Or they just have, they know somebody who owns a bar and they're just like, cool, can we like do a few shoots there?
Yeah, like if you look at it,
like there's no other human beings in that bar.
No, and they
put in like fake crowd noise,
but they've had so many problems over the years by going to some of these places.
Mm-hmm.
Like when bananas got thrown down the stairs in the Czech Republic. Like once you start mixing in locals, that gives you access to foreign substances.
Yeah, which would maybe make Ashley more interesting again.
Potentially so. But, like, I think that was one of the problems with some of the earlier seasons that, like, people would be fine. They go to these bars and, like, score, like, get a bunch of, like, blow from
That was the problem when they had the real world in Ashley's home city.
This is my city.
Get out my city. And then she just disappeared for 2 days on a coke bender.
Yeah,
like, that's how we were introduced to Ashley. And now we have this where she does nothing.
She's 2-time challenge winner.
She's consoling people like D. That's not the Ashley
friends with Kara for no reason.
What is going on?
Yeah, at this weird bar, so you have the tables that are out by like the street, like you said, and they always shoot that way. The only time they ever break the axis is when they shoot this way in the corner at the bar. That's where like Turbo was getting all fired up that time.
Yeah.
So it's very clear, like you cannot go into these areas. We have cameras pointed at these others, and they probably have mics there too.
Yeah.
Because the audio.
Yeah, they have overhanging microphones.
Yeah, they just have it all set up, almost like when we walk in here. I'm not standing over here trying to get picked up by the mic. I'm sitting here to get picked up by the mic.
It's not a real brick wall.
People can't see the brick wall. It's covered with all the posters.
I know.
But
now you can see it. They can see it through a little bit. Not on that shot.
Not on that shot. On your shot, they can see it. A little bit just over your head.
Right here.
Yeah. And on my shot.
See?
No, I have it. You can see it a little bit above Eddie Murphy's head. You're no longer on camera, so you don't need to point. You can see a little bit right there, and you just knock stuff off. You knocked off the luchador mask.
Uh-oh. Cursed.
Sweet move. Now people can see it's held up by Velcro.
See? Brick wall.
Brick wall. Not a real brick wall.
Not a real brick wall.
I'm excited for the end of the season.
So you versus like the only thing I'm cheering for at this point in the season is you versus
Rob?
Rob.
Well, he doesn't have a guy out yet. I can't catch him.
Yeah, you can.
Can I?
Yeah, you have.
Who's on his team? You sent it to the.
I sent it to our group chat. I don't have. Do I have my? Oh, I have my phone on me.
I have my phone. I can look it up right here.
So you can do it faster. This is brilliant internet.
Let's see.
Video right
Here we go. So Rob's team. Oh no, he's lost Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has Jordan.
shot.
He has Jordan, Josh, Tori, Zach, and Polly left.
It's basically coming down to.
I need Kara to outscore Josh,
Mhm.
and
Well, you have Rogan versus Josh. That's a
Ro-
big matchup, and then Kara versus somebody.
Zach.
You have a 2v2 basically.
Yeah, because
versus
we both have Jordan, but Jordan's my captain, and Polly's his captain. So I need Jordan to outscore Polly
Yeah,
for like minimal points.
sure.
We both have Tori. I have Rogan and Kara. Yeah, he has Josh and Zach. So I need Josh and Zach to be like purged.
Yeah.
And somehow Rogan to win.
I mean,
If Rogan wins, I'm looking really good.
that's true.
But I have all the luck. It worked out for me.
I feel like the game. Shockingly enough, I did not expect this going into that episode, but I feel like Josh is funny enough, seemingly in a better spot than Rogan coming out of that episode. And Rogan had all of the numbers; he had everything behind him, and then just one dummy mistake. I don't know what they were. He's just trying to get rid of his girlfriend. That's basically what happened.
The issue is if the U.S. wins again, Jordan gets voted in, and it won't be CT. CT will flip and vote in Jordan, and the U.S. will vote in Josh to face Jordan.
Yep.
Because they have to get rid of Josh. Like getting rid of Josh and getting rid of Nani are the two things they have left to do.
This purge can change everything.
The purge could definitely change everything, but that would be if everything went to the plan that's been working for them so far. Like they're not going to get rid of Zach, even if they don't like Zach. They want to have Zach on their team.
They don't even throw Zach in.
No, they don't even mention Zach's name. They're just like, Zach, you're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I think that he sneakily just might be on their side.
Ooh.
Like he's friends with Jordan and all that, and he basically made a deal with them. Like, listen, you're gonna want me in the end.
You think you'd be on Ninja's side though?
No, but I think it's more of one of these agreements where you have Polly, Josh, and me and Leroy. Like, let's take a scope of who's good on this team. If we
Mhm.
want to win the finals, you're gonna want to have me.
Yeah.
Because he's by far their best guy.
That would be sharp.
And even when he goes into the tribunals, he's like, don't worry about me, just vote whoever you want.
Well, he knows how it is though.
He does, but like he seems to be playing along with it, just like he hasn't kicked up a fight.
I mean, he went into a tribunal with Kara and
No,
Polly.
but-
he knew that his vote
but
was
the
insignificant.
difference is like Josh has been railing against Cara Maria all season and Polly and being like, this is unfair. You can't do this to me. And Jordan freaks out and Tori freaks out. Zach hasn't freaked out. He's like, just keep me along until the end. You're going to need me.
Nobody wants to touch Zach right now.
Well, you don't want to make Zach
He's in
mad.
great. I don't really see anybody can like Jordan.
CT because he has the size.
Yeah, but it's like if they go into elimination, like Zach is a pretty heavy favorite, I think, against everybody that's left. Unless it's a hammer.
Yeah.
So if it's a hammer event, another hammer event, Jordan's got the leg up. But CT looks like a burly construction worker, doesn't he?
Well, but he's been reality TV famous now for 20 years.
Yeah,
I don't know how
yeah.
much construction he's been
Fair
doing
enough.
in the meantime.
He's been able to pay for
I
it.
think he's like a real estate agent now in Miami.
Is he?
I think that's his job, yeah. He uses
Imagine.
his fame to sell houses.
Good. That's smart.
And he got
That's
his
very
wedding
smart.
paid for by MTV. I wonder if Jordan.
They're all grown up.
I wonder if Jordan and Tori. He's 42 or something.
All grown up.
He should be all grown up by this point.
Got a baby at home.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it all depends. Like if it's a climbing challenge, Jordan's the favorite against him.
Yeah.
And Polly's probably a favorite against him too if they went head to head. Polly's a really good climber.
Maybe.
But anything that involves size, it's him or CT. Although Joss is pretty big. I can't tell if he's good or not.
Yeah, I think
He's just-
I think he's just too soft.
He is soft, but maybe an elimination gets all fired up.
I mean, he let Bear hang around.
Yeah, but that was never close.
No, but like I think Zach would have absolutely killed him.
Yeah, but I don't think that Joss and Bear are like pals. I don't think he was like trying to hurt him.
That's why he's too soft for this game, though. If you get him into a hall brawl with CT, you get him in a hall brawl with Zach, who was like a former like arena football player.
He doesn't have that sort of size anymore, though.
Like Zach, no, I mean, but he's got that mean streak, the football mean streak. This guy probably played footy. back in the day.
Yeah, all the soccer, although who was
They got it's like the soccer players, like they got the shredded, like well fit body, but like they lack the tenaciousness. Like
Rogan's the only one. Rogan, I played
like Jenny.
I played rugby.
yeah,
He does-
he's a male stripper, played rugby. Like
I bet you he gets down.
he probably gets greasy.
Yeah,
If we get him into that type of situation, like I think he's willing to like
he's a cheat to win
gouge
type
at somebody's
player. Yeah, like
eyes
Bear.
a little
Bear
bit.
was not afraid to start gouging at people's
No,
eyes.
exactly. So, but like Josh would never do that, and I think that's going to be to his own detriment.
Yeah, and this alliance with Kaylee could get him purged if they end up as partners.
Yep,
Because she sucks.
she's awful.
And at least, like, even CT during the swimming challenge earlier this season, like, went out, swam out, grabbed Idris, and, like, swam back with him
Mhm.
to get him on. Like, he's a very good swimmer. So anyone who gets, even if he gets D on his team, like, he might be able to, like, drag her to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see what they do with the uneven numbers. That's, unless they do the elimination first,
I don't know.
then do a purge.
Another elimination. They're just there, and they go, "Oh, by the way."
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, vote in 2 people. Draw names from a hat.
Yeah, I don't
Think
know.
about this, and something that I was kind of reflecting on because I thought that I saw Theo was on Challenge Mania talking about this, or not talking about this, but just talking about the season in general and how he lost his eye. I haven't listened to the entire thing yet, but if Bananas knew what Roman numerals were, this entire season is different because he beats Theo in that elimination because he fucked it up majorly and still almost won.
Mhm.
What happens then? Because was that before or after Laurel got knocked out? I think it was before
Johnny went out before,
Laurel did.
I believe.
It was after Wes.
And then-
maybe it was Wes, then Laurel, then Bananas. Maybe that's how it went.
I think so.
But
Those were the best episodes of the season.
But it just this
When we look back on it now,
as much as like people hate Bananas, this season really needs Bananas in the house.
needs all of the most. Yeah,
Like Bear or Bananas, I think you need to have a more fun season.
the producers hate this. They set up a game format that allowed the scrubs to kind of take control.
People have likened it to it feels more like a Big Brother season than a challenge season. Because apparently I don't watch Big Brother.
And that's
but,
why Josh is still in the house.
yeah, but like apparently this is what happens on Big Brother. All like the scrubs like band together because they have numbers.
Yep.
But that's why they need to go back to the duel format where if you get voted in, that's fine. Whoever wins the mission can't be voted in. You get your choice of anyone on the table who you want to face. It breaks up alliances pretty quickly. You start picking off all the weak players.
Democracy just fails. Just fails when it's put in the wrong hands.
Well, this is more
They need Johnny there to tell everybody what to do.
Well, this is more of a parliamentary system because you have 2 sides.
Fair.
And they're banding together with their different sides of votes.
It's only one side that's been in any sort of control for like 3-4 episodes now.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens because eventually there's going to be a winner because they'll have a competition. So we'll see if this method worked out. Dude, if you put all the shitty people together and get them to the end, are they going to win? The answer is probably not.
It's true.
I would bet on Team UK right now. If Jordan and Tori are there, like going to the finals,
Throw Zach in there. Get Zach to switch over too.
well,
then
it's game over. Then.
Yeah, then it's GG.
That's also why they can't throw Zach in.
Yeah, they need him at this point.
And they definitely don't need to be facing him.
No.
Unless, I guess the only out is if Jordan's in and they vote in Zach against him.
I mean, that's
That way you lose one of them.
I mean, that's what they're going to continue to do. But this purge is going to change everything.
All
We'll
right.
find out.
I'm excited. Did you watch the after show?
There wasn't really one, was there?
I didn't look.
No, like they don't do like a proper one. They had like one of those like challenge casts.
Yeah.
React to like some of the craziest things ever.
Oh, but
on
it
the
wasn't
show.
about the episode?
No.
Oh. It's weird they don't have like an official after show.
You know what I wanted to see after that? I went straight to their YouTube page like right after the episode was done. It's just like, give me D and Rogan on the set together right now. And there was nothing.
Too much D this season, too.
Yeah.
A lot of D. She got her own episode. She's getting her own storylines.
Yeah.
Like, it was more fun when she was just like Wes's sidekick. 'Cause
Just-
then we just
Just
got more
Ninja's
Wes.
friend, and you just didn't
And
see
Ninja-
them.
And Ninja's also insufferable. So now we get more
Ninja doesn't get that much screen time
because
though.
she's insufferable.
Yeah.
Like, she is the most annoying person left on this cast. And Josh is on this cast, which is really saying a lot.
I don't mind Josh as much as I did.
No, I've come around to him too. He's still incredibly annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And where he is on next season with like Team Alpha at the top. I'm curious to see how that goes. Feels like a lot of
And
crime.
there's a few more like Big Brother people coming in too, though.
That's true. I guess he has status over them now
He's a winner.
of Big Brother.
Check my bank account, bitch.
I like that. That was good.
That was his moment. That's where he like
Yeah, he had the one moment.
He kind of won a part of my heart in that moment.
You think Bear can win next season?
Oh my god! And
Bear or Kyle. Just one of those two. I hope they win. Although Jordan's on, I'll probably root for Jordan again.
I'm still gonna have Bear. Like, if you think that me losing all 6 of my competitors on my team is gonna stop me from rostering Bear next year, you've got another thing coming.
Well, I mean,
I can't believe it didn't work out for me. It's just like when I saw the little teaser, I see Laurel and Bear, and it looks like they were gonna hook up. I was just like,
I want. You look too far ahead.
I want all of the points.
The problem
Because they released like the first 10 minutes of the episode,
yeah,
before this season started,
well,
which was fair game. I watched it, saw Jenny, saw that she was jacked, rostered her, and yeah, everything kind of just went to shit.
If they're filming that season right now, which apparently they are, and Bear has this boxing match in December, how's he gonna do both?
I mean, he's on the challenge, getting in shape, working out every single day.
No, but wouldn't the challenge still be filming? It's like they just started filming it. It's November right now. He has a boxing match in 3 weeks.
It'll be, Bear got sick at this elimination.
Yeah.
And
Bear had to go.
It'll be like when Wes disappeared for like a night or two. Like, you just don't know how long it was.
That's interesting.
Maybe they had to do a business thing. They go, you fake a little bit of sickness. You get the guy to, hey man, I got to leave for like 2 days during filming.
But people will know that he left. It's a pay-per-view.
Most people won't know. Rob will know because
he probably has
he's on the.
He probably has spoilers on the boxing matches.
Hey, don't say the S word. But
Georgia's on that card now too. I'm still down to get it. By the way, I want to see Bear fight Scotty T.
I mean, these people, they had another event recently where they had a midget fight like a regular sized person.
What?
It was Fame MMA 4, and it was in Poland, and they had some dude who's like, probably like 6 feet, or not 6 feet, but he's like 5'10", 5'9", maybe. And he fought somebody named Mini Magic. I'll get you a picture. You can put it up right now for the people of Mini Magic. And yeah, it ended exactly how you would kind of foresee a midget fighting a regular sized person.
Did you do like the classic
Little person?
Like the guy held out his arm like this? Did that happen at any point?
Yeah, basically.
And held him back, and the guy couldn't
just like going like this.
That seems like it shouldn't have been insured.
Yeah.
So this promotion is just like, all bets are off here.
This promotion's a bit of a joke, but
so
I mean, we're just getting celebrities to fight each other. It's MMA rules too, right?
I like that better than celebrity boxing.
I agree.
I saw Bear just kind of go wild on Wes on the challenge. If he actually gets to like fight someone. Although Scotty T is jacked.
Bear's been spending a lot of time in Thailand, though.
Yeah, he's learning Muay Thai.
I would think so.
I mean, they did just film the season of the challenge there.
But he did, before the season even started, him, Theo, Georgia all went to Thailand together. So like,
no, I think that I think that after they got eliminated, they were just all in Thailand.
Maybe. I was thinking I thought it was before this season started. I could be wrong. Either way.
It'd be before this season started because filming it already wrapped.
I'd be curious to know who they've been training with, what they've been doing. Let's try to get an edge on this one.
What is the likelihood that these matches are rigged? If it's like this scummy promotion that has 6-foot people fighting 3-foot people.
Yeah, of course.
Scotty T, you're taking a dive here in the second. We're gonna get
it's MMA, man.
But it's
what
like,
percentage?
Not only is it MMA, it's like crooked MMA.
What percentage of all of these regional promotions are kind of rigged?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who hosts the MMA show.
It happens all the time. So yeah, the real key to like betting a fix is you just have to be on the right side of the fix.
Yeah, you got to know the.
You have to know who they want to win. So Scotty T versus Bear, I don't
Is
really...
there anything in it for them to throw it? Do you think?
Exactly, I don't think so. I think you can probably regardless, you're probably pretty happy if Scotty, both of them have big, massive followings and stuff like that. I guess Bear is a little bit more in the public eye right now, so
I don't know. I think Scotty T won, Big Brother UK twice.
Okay, so I don't think there's any investment to have one guy win over the other.
Do you think that somehow during an MMA match that Scotty T will utilize his Turbo D against Bear? That'll be like some sort of secret movie as.
That's his finisher?
Yeah. It's like,
Finish him.
it's like his stunner.
Thwack.
Just use turbo need. I'm excited for this fight either.
Yeah, and
rigged
then
or not.
and then Georgia's fight.
Yeah, I think she's like a late add to the card.
I would say Georgia is the
She's in like ball and shape right
she's
now.
the person I think that they would be more invested in. The other girl just seems to run like a YouTube page or something like that. Like I don't think she's that big of a deal. I could be wrong.
If it was you,
Yeah.
and somehow you got lumped into this, how hard would you train?
It depends on my opponent.
Like 8 hours a day, every day?
Probably not that. You kill yourself if you did 8 hours a day. I mean, like
3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon?
yeah, the top guys are probably doing like 2 a days, and they're doing like 3 hour session, 3 hour session.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to lose in the public eye. And if you put in that kind of effort, guaranteed your opponent is not putting in that effort if it's something like this.
Yeah, I would try to work them. It depends though. Like, who am I fighting? If I think it's a cakewalk, I don't necessarily have to do all of the training.
Oh.
Like, who am I? Like Director A-Rap.
Fair. Let's say you were going up against me, and you've choked me out before.
I mean, you had to try to gouge my eyes out.
It's true.
I still got top position.
You don't,
and would have been smashing bows on you.
You also don't get to sit in a chair this time.
I've also lost like 60 pounds since then, so fuck, I don't know.
And we're also not in a hallway this time. We're in a cage
Yeah.
where I can use my mobility. But I won't have the power that you have.
But you were like I played defense in football. I think I'd still be able to tackle you. Yeah, I'd probably put in like an hour a day.
I think you should just do cardio. You don't want to go to round 2 with me.
Oh, we're not getting to round 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, you better end it in round 1.
Once
Because round 2 is not going to look good for you.
Once I get you to the ground, man, it's over.
We'll see. Maybe we have to set this up then. Me versus you. Cage match.
There's so many other rivals that guests of your show have that I don't even know me and you have to fight though.
That's true, considering we'd have to work together the next day.
Like
that would probably be suboptimal for our productivity.
Like Tim's all about gritty now. He hates gritty.
He could fight gritty.
He just doesn't like people who are living their best life.
It's true. Tim wants to live his truth, but gets mad at other people who don't live, who are other people who do live their truth. It upsets him. Yeah. Only he may live his truth.
His emerging rivalry with Gritty, a little less weird than him hating a dog. I'll give him that. Because at least underneath that Gritty suit, there is a human.
Well, we don't know. That could be Doug the Pug in the Gritty suit.
Doug
triggered when he be
Doug the Pug is a dog, and
who can barely breathe.
Who can barely breathe, and Tim hates its guts. If we set that match up, somebody would have to call PETA.
Dr. Doug the Pug, by the way.
PhD.
Yeah, honorary doctor.
He deserves it.
All right.
I mean, he announced a pick at the NFL draft.
Yeah, he just won a People's Choice Award for best animal.
I mean,
that's huge.
I can't think of a better animal.
Neither can I.
No.
All right. Dogger Pass podcast out now.
Yes.
What's the main event?
Main event is Jan Blachowicz versus Jacare Souza.
Is Jacare still good?
He's moving up to 205. Moving up to 205 has not been good for anybody recently. There was like a massive line movement on Thursday, though.
Okay.
Blachowicz was like minus 250, and then it went down to he's like minus 170, minus 185. So there has been some sharp line movement, or what seems like a sharp line movement. I still like Blachowicz. I just don't like these guys moving up from 185 pounds to 205, like 20 pounds. It's just a different body type.
Yeah.
So it's like Jacare is 185. He was very big. He was very solid in that for so many years. But we've just seen Chris Weidman, Luke Rockhold, everybody who moves up to 205, that 20 pounds. Like most of the other weight classes are 10 pounds. This one's 20 pounds from 185 to 205. It's just like guys are just getting crushed when they do it.
Well, I would think that if you get to 185 most of the time, that's where you fight. You probably walk around at like $1.95, 200. But if you're
but at least 200.
But if you're 205, you could be walking around at like 235. Yeah. Like you're just bigger.
You're like a 230 pound man versus like even the big middleweights. Maybe they walk around at like 210. It's only 5 pounds over the weight class.
Yeah.
You're going to be giving up like at least 25, maybe even 30 pounds to some of these. Like Blachowicz probably walks around at like 235. Like he's a big light heavyweight. So I like him, even though he's going into enemy territory to fight a Brazilian in Brazil. I just
Probably rigged.
Yes, that line movement would suggest maybe the fix is in, but
That same time zone, right? Brazil, the Eastern time.
Yeah,
Or
it
like
is.
within an hour.
Yeah, so like
So
the
it's not
timing
like-
should all
so
be
it's not
pretty
like-
similar to normal.
So it's not like it starts at 5 a.m.
No,
Oh.
nothing like that. It should be
boy.
pretty normal.
All right. Follow Paul on Twitter at Paul Shag. You can follow me at the PME, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Remember to get into those draws. Smash the like button for the episode. Share the show around to the people. Post it on. We were talking about Reddit earlier. Post it on Reddit. See if you can get fans of the show because we talked about the challenge for like 13 minutes and the show was 50. Well, not quite 50 minutes long. 49, 41. I guess with the intro, we're now over 50 minutes. So big thumbs up to that. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm Pat Mayo. We'll see you next week, and I'll see you next time.
Fat Mayo Experience! Experience!